Shall I just say about what I've done or living on site? Or
Yeah, okay, so who are you? What's your name? And where'd you come from?
Right, my name's Ben, and I was brought up on site. I've been travelling now for 30 years, and I started off living on site in the West Country, and then we lived on sites in Manchester, and we had a lot of problems with police evicting everyone, and we ended up moving to Ipswich when my little brother was born, and then everyone got moved on from Ipswich by the police, and we ended up getting CS gassed, and every time we'd move to a new site, the constabulary of police would catch us and then move us on to the next county, and then vice versa, and that happens. We moved from the south all the way up to Yorkshire, and it was a really bad time for everyone. They started beating people up and smashing up their homes, and then that caused a lot of anguish between travellers, and in the end they said everyone had to get evicted apart from my mum, because she had a newborn kid. So they basically split everyone up, and so there was left one person on site. And it's a shame now because there isn't really many sites going these days. When back in the day there was always huge sites, a big sense of community, whereas now there's about, what I know of, about 6, probably 7 big traveller sites with like second generation travellers, people who were born on the road, whereas everyone now has been moved off into houses or permanent sites and stuff like that. So it's a bit of a shame. Now it's getting even worse because the new government, Tories, hate travellers, and they think that our way of life should be abolished, and they just want to try and get rid of everyone.
Yeah, cool. Do you regret having been brought up on the road, and if not, why is that?
No, I definitely don't regret growing up on site. I loved being a traveller as a kid, and I don't think that it's a bad thing at all. People who are brought up on site, they might not have had a great education, because a lot of us, like myself, haven't been to school. Like I was home taught, but then had to put myself through college and then went to university. But when I actually got into uni, it turned out that I was actually getting better grades than people who have been in education their whole life. And I come out of uni with a 2-1. And yeah, when I was a kid, all I wanted to do was be a traveller, and so I'm trying to keep at that and not get thrown into a house just because I don't want to live in a box.
Yeah.
I want to be nomadic,
Yeah.
travelling forever.
Yeah. What's your problem with living in a house? Like, do you feel it's?
I've tried living in a house, didn't work. 1, I don't like rent. 2, there's no real sense of community. Shut up. And 2, I tried living in a house before and I just got really bored. I felt isolated and I just get itchy feet straight away. Like the longest I've ever stayed anywhere is a few years, my whole life, and that's only when I've been on sites where we've sort of been left alone, keeping quiet. So like, I think now the people we try and live with, because a lot of people who lived on site we did end up getting a bad reputation, because a lot of them were into going out and causing problems in the community, and they always used to leave mess and stuff like that. So now we're a bit more like strict on who lives with us. So, like, we keep it as certain people, so we won't get trouble. Like whenever we move on somewhere, we try and keep the place clean, try not to cause any trouble with the local communities, and then it turns out you get a lot longer.
Yeah. Cool. So what's this place you live now?
This is called Site A. We're bang in the middle of the city, which now a lot I've always lived in the countryside, but now I'm a bit older, I find for work and things like that, it's more important to be closer to a big city, because you can find work and stuff like that. And this site has been here for a long time now, about 8-9 years I think. And you can see the big building behind. If you like look up at that, that's the building that they're trying to knock down at the moment. And the only reason we got to stay here is because we sort of act as security for the building. So we're doing the landlord a favour by staying here. So if anyone tries to go into the building, they'll get kicked out by us basically. Because there's been a lot of accidents, quite a few fatalities up there. But the next thing on the agenda for them is they're going to knock the building down, which means we're gonna have to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair play. Do you want to show me around? Like, show me where you live?
Yeah. Well, this is our site gym. Obviously, a lot of us all like grow up on site, so a lot of us have done boxing and stuff like that. So we've got a boxing bag up there. And we've got a weight bench set up. Excuse the mess. We haven't done our spring clean yet. We did have a pool table. As our pool table there. Our main gates. That's the main important thing to stop everyone coming in and out. So everyone's got keys. And yeah, around the corner, like there's another part to the site. That's like more where the older generation live. Our part of the site they call the ghetto because we've all got loud music going on or have a few parties and stuff. And around the back we've got our own compost toilets and stuff like that.
Should we go and have a look at that?
No, I don't know about that.
Down here a bit.
These are
See the area.
These are some of the big trailers that they're going to have trouble with getting rid of.
Yeah.
Because they can't be towed away. So like that's a bit of a problem now because everyone's been here for so long. We've not been travelling. So when we do actually move, it's going to take us ages. So there's only a few people that actually are ready to go. So, yeah,
cool.
That's
Who's this guy?
That's Bruno. He's the man on the site, the only male dog. And we always have the dogs out really because they're good for guarding. Because you're always constantly getting people jumping over or trying to cause trouble. So now if we've got the dogs are there, people won't really try and jump over the gate.
Cool.
We always get graffiti artists coming up begging to go in the building. That's what they want to do. Oh, I want to go in the building. Like, no, you can't.
Wicked.
So
that's real good.
Yeah. The only reason I wouldn't really want to go around to that side of the site is because people are a bit funny about it. They're like, well, not our lot. It's just the younger lot, the travellers. We don't mind. We don't mind filming our lifestyle because we're proud of it. But there's a lot of people who live here or other travellers who don't want anything to do with the media. They don't, because we've had problems in the past with bad press. A lot of people think that all press is going to be bad press, so they just say no to anyone. And like, because I'm an actor and I've done quite a few music videos here. Whenever I come on with a camera, they're like, "Oh, what is it for? Why are you recording us? You're not recording the travel. You're not recording the trailers and stuff like that." It's like, well, so what if we are? It's not going to be bad press because the people we're working with, we know them. So yeah, everyone's always funny about that. But I've done about 4 music videos here, like, up in the building for like dancers or rappers or people who are creating something. And we've got another one coming up with High Focus Records. They're coming here to do a video shoot. And that's when I was on the phone to Welly this afternoon. I goes, better get your asses down here and hurry up because we're getting evicted soon. And it is a really good location to film because no one's allowed here. And like with filming in locations, a lot of like producers, directors, they hit one spot and they do a video there, and then that kind of makes it so no one else can do a video there, and if they do, they're sort of copying someone. But here, because no one's allowed in, everyone's a bit like, oh yeah, I want to do a video there, I want to do a video there. They just say no to everyone.
Yeah, so what happens when you get evicted from somewhere?
When we get evicted, they normally give us an eviction order. And then sometimes it'll be an IPO, which means it's an immediate possession order and they can get you off in 24 hours. And then sometimes they're a bit more lenient and they say, right, you've got a month to get out of here. But the travel liaison officer in Bristol, they're horrible. And when we confronted them about our eviction, because there's newborn babies on here as well, and the lady went around to speak to them and said, what's going on? When we get evicted, you're going to help us out find a new site? And they said no, just straight up no. And then they said, well, are you going to help us find new sites? And they said no, but all we're going to do is when you do get evicted, pull up somewhere, we're going to be the ones evicting you. I was like, oh, thanks a lot. So you don't care that there's newborn children, you're just going to get rid of us. So yeah, I think it's going to be difficult because there's so many people travelling now that aren't actually travellers, they're just people who moved into vehicles and gone on the road. There's already a massive influx of people doing it, so all I said to them is there's like 30 trailers here or something. All I was saying to the council is that if you evict us, you're just going to cause more trouble for yourself at the end of the day, so you may as well just let us stay as long as possible.
Yeah. Wicked. Cool.